everybody, welcome back to the 75 Hard Challenge. We are back with another week and another video, so congratulations to, I guess, well, me and you if you've made it this far watching my journey. If you're a returning viewer, hello, I missed you so much, and if you're new here, welcome back to my channel, and if you're... Jeez, I need to slow my roll here. Okay, 1 second. I gotta get my life together. As I was saying, if you are new to the 75 Hard Challenge or you've never heard of it or you're kind of wondering what it is and you clicked on this video because you're like, oh, I like challenges, why not do it? Let me give you a little rundown, the little spiel according to Google. You ready for this? Don't mind me, I gotta get my acting skills on top notch here, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. You lack confidence, grit, endurance, fortitude, self-esteem, and all the other things that don't just make someone great, but successful in everything they do? Ask yourself this question. What if you could completely transform your life into someone that can do anything? Okay, so that might have been a little bit dramatic, but you know what? We gotta make it fun here because in this video, it gets a little bit deep. I'm not gonna lie, my emotions are kind of all over the place just because of like personal stuff that's going on in my life, and I was on the fence of including it in this video, but I really want it to be important and not hide parts of my life, and obviously there are some things that I'm not going to share on my channel because they're private, and there are things, like I said, I'm keeping them private. So I'm a lot more vulnerable in this video because it's actual real life stuff that I'm going through while I'm doing this challenge. And solely why I'm doing this 75 Hard Challenge is not to lose weight. I'm fully aware that I'm already very skinny. I went through some health issues the last few years and stuff like that, and I had surgery last October. I had excision surgery of endometriosis. For those of you who are not familiar with what that is, basically it's uterine tissue that grows outside of the uterus. It causes a lot of pain during menstrual cycles, and I could go on about that, but that's not the point of this video. So I really wanted to make a point to get strong physically and mentally. I quit my 9-to-5 job and stepped out in blind faith to follow my dreams of becoming a full-time creator and artist. And this is my journey, and these are things that I'm working through. I went through grief when I was 18 years old. I lost my mom to suicide, and I really feel like there were a lot of things that I wasn't able to work through because I didn't necessarily ever give myself a break in life. I never allowed myself to, I guess, cope with things. I know that that sounds deep, but just to kind of give you a little backstory on why I'm so deep in the video. I've had my fair share of struggles with mental health, with anxiety, depression, PTSD, and the list goes on. I could use all the acronyms there are, but solely, life fucking sucked for a while, and I've done a lot of healing and I've done a lot of work to get there, so this 75 Hard Challenge is something that's keeping me accountable. So there are some stipulations for this challenge. I have my little list here. So the first one is you have to drink a gallon of water a day. Doesn't matter when, just you have to do it. You have to read 10 pages of a non-fictional self-help book. You're gonna want to complete 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outdoors, and I've said this in every single video, but if it's downpouring and it's lightning out, I'm sorry, but I'm not about to get barbecued or get sick walking out in the rain because that's just stupid to me. I'm doing the workouts and doing the things, so just keep your negativity to yourself if that's you. So you'll pick a diet of your choice. Personally, I'm choosing not to eat any junk food. My reward after this challenge is crumble cookies, so I'm very much so looking forward to that. You'll see in some of my past videos and possibly in this one that I mentioned crumble cookie a lot, but that's because I'm severely craving it and it sounds absolutely delightful. So you're supposed to take progress photos daily, but I've just been doing them every week. There were like 3 weeks where I missed, but it's not about that. The pictures that I really give a crap about is from day 1 to day 75 because that's where you're going to see the most significant change. And last but not least, you're not allowed to drink any alcohol with this challenge, and that's about all I have to say, and I'm gonna shut up because now I'm starting to ramble. Let's get into the video. Guys, welcome back. It is day 43 of the 75 Hard Challenge. We're well over halfway through this challenge. My stomach is feeling a lot better than it was last night. I'm gonna put some clips in here in a little bit, but This is my stomach now, and I'll show a clip of it last night. So it's a lot more less inflamed. I don't know what the deal is, and this is probably TMI. I've been like having really bad heartburn the last 3 days, and I googled it to see like what was causing that, and it said something about eating really acidic food. I haven't really ate that much acidic food, so I'm not sure what's going on. It could be coffee too, which sucks because I literally need that today. I have an art sale, but I'm gonna have to cut down on the caffeine maybe. But other than that, we're doing good. We're going strong. We're gonna get through this art sale. It's today and tomorrow. And I might not film a ton, but next week I'm gonna go see my Aunt Judy. I'm gonna stay with her for a few days. It'll be an interesting week. Like I leave Monday sometime during the day, and then I'll be gone all day Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'll come home sometime. But I'm gonna go spend some time with her and have some much needed girl time. Maybe do some self-care face masks or something. Something fun, you know, cause why not? Anyways, I'm gonna get ready for this art sale and start filming for that vlog. Thanks, Essay.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out before it rains, dude.
I decided to take it upon myself and walk down to a local park in the area and just sit and chill and earth my feet into the ground and just relax. You don't know how bad you need nature until you're actually out in nature. I needed this. Sorry if you can't hear me very well, there's traffic around here, but I'm helping my I think he's done now. I'm gonna stay with my aunt for a couple of days, and I talked about that. And as I've been down here, I've been pondering quite a few different things. Obviously, if you've been watching my content for quite some time, you know I'm a deep thinker. Sorry, keep looking. I'm by myself. I'm a deep thinker. I'm always in my feelings, and I feel like throughout the years I've done a lot of work to heal myself, like a lot of parts of myself. I've been thinking a lot about depression and anxiety. And before I came here, I was having a full-blown panic attack. I don't know why. I don't know what triggered it or what. I just felt this deep sense of anxiousness within myself, and I didn't know where it was coming from. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go sit at a park and put my feet on the ground, and instantly, as soon as I took my shoes and socks off and sat here for a few minutes, I felt better, and I feel at peace. And like I said, I grew up in the country when I was a child. That was the only way of life that I really knew, and I feel a little bit suffocated and stuffy living in the city, even though it's like a small town. I feel like I need to do more of this, and I think that this is kind of an eye-opener to slow down, because if I'm not careful, I'll go into full-blown work mode and I'll turn into a workaholic, and I kind of noticed myself doing that. Like, I've been very self-aware. I'm guilty of it. If any holism that I have or addiction, it's working. And I know I have goals, and it just kind of feels like sometimes it's never gonna happen, but I think God used an opportunity or a window today to remind me to slow down and to remind me to take in the moments, because time flies. This year is flying. I have a very busy schedule this summer, and I know I've talked about this before, but I can't stress enough how important it is to schedule fun things, especially if you're a very busy person, like taking that time to yourself, because I find myself trapped in this vicious cycle of working, which I have been doing, and grinding and not taking time, like kind of neglecting my self-care needs. And I know that money's kind of tight lately since I quit my 9-to-5 job, and I don't know how I'm going to survive. I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet. Just been relying on God and trusting the process. I did implement a plan and set a place in stone or whatever, and I know that's not the point of this video. This is for the 75 hard challenge, but I've just been trusting God's plan for my life and following my dreams, and I'm doing the 75 hard challenge to say fuck you to my mental health, because I'm not going to let depression rule my entire life. It ruled my mom's life, and she ended up losing her battle to it. I think that it's very important for me to heal before I decide to have children someday, and I have done a lot of healing, but I still feel like I have a lot of work left to go. There's still a lot of like anger and resentment towards things that I'm slowly letting go of, but I really feel like it's quite a process to do that. Not asking for advice, I'm just sharing my heart. My 20s were burned up because of my mental health. There were times where I had fun, there were times where I made memories, but I remember people like calling me nicknames at some of my old job positions, joking around. They thought it was funny, but it wasn't funny for me. They were asked to categorize us as like Winnie the Pooh characters, and like old Tyler would have been Tigger, right? Full of life. Like, I'm pretty introverted, but I like to make people laugh, and I've always been a jokester. I worked at a healthcare facility, and somebody called me Eeyore, and they thought it was funny, and they laughed in my face, and I don't think they intentionally said it to hurt my feelings. I think they were coming from a good place, but I don't think they really recognized how badly that affected me. I already felt like shit about myself, and then I felt like shit about myself even more because somebody was basically calling me a Debbie Downer. And I've been talking to a few people, and people who have never lived through depression don't really understand it. I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, I can't imagine living life without anxiety or depression. That must be really nice. Granted, I've gained a lot of experiences and I've learned a lot throughout my life, but shit, man, like, if I could go back and, like, I suffered so much, and I got endometriosis and PCOS, and I had some other health issues, and I feel like a lot of it was because I was in the dark for so long and I was negative. And I don't think that, the people who don't struggle with their mental health, I don't think they realize how hard it is to dig yourself out of a hole. I don't think that they realize how bad it is to turn the light. You can't just turn the lights on. You can't just fake be happy, because it makes you feel even more miserable about yourself. Depression is a thief of joy. It makes you feel worthless, like you're not good enough. It makes you feel like you can't do tasks that are supposed to be easy. It makes you feel numb. It makes you feel angry. It makes you feel sad. I can't even explain the amount of emotions depression is, but it was like the majority of my 20s I really struggled. And I know my mom's suicide was a big indicator, but I had it before that. Like I said, I've struggled with depression since I was 5 years old, and it has taken me a very long time to say that, like, I'm finally happy. I used to be so insecure, and there's like a lot of insecurities that I'm working through and like working on parts of myself and healing. but I can go to parks by myself like I am today and be okay with it. Like, I'm more at peace by myself. Granted, like, community is very important and it's strongly encouraged, and that's a huge indicator of your mental health, but going for walks and sitting at the park and just being still in the moment, like, I can't stress enough how important that is to your mental health. And just being outside, you know, that's what I wished I would have did more of when I was struggling, was just go outside instead of sleep all the time. And I've really worked hard to create and implement a routine, a ritual, like a regimen, like just work out, get sunshine, exercise. That's why I'm doing the 75 hard challenge, is because it's like I know what steps I need to take to make my mental health feel better. And if I'm eating a bunch of shitty food, I know I'm gonna feel like crap. So anyway, I think that that's enough for my TED Talk. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit longer and earth my feet in the ground some more. They were throbbing before I like sat down, and now they feel so much better. So if you get the chance and it's decent out today, stick your feet in the dirt for a while and sit by a lake or a body of water. You won't regret it.
I drank orange first, almost every time. Did you get it?
Yeah, it did.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But it almost feels like it improved.
We're expelling the demons out of our feet. Take our weekly photo before I can't again. I missed 3 weeks of progress photos, so we're getting it done today. Oh shit. This kid's playing outside. I had to shut the blinds. That's done. have to leave in a few minutes for an art show in Zumbrota, Minnesota today, but I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. Just kind of wanted to talk at my camera and get some thoughts out. So last night I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning making candles. I don't recommend that. I did way too many batches and then I had to wait for the wax to cool and then pour them, which was fine. But then my internal alarm clock went off at like 6 o'clock this morning and I started making candles, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna use up all the wax. And sometimes I feel like I set too high of expectations for myself, and it's not that I can't meet them, it's just that I overwhelm myself. In a lot of ways, I try to cram things in and I'm really trying to be a little bit slower about life, but I just feel like it's moving very fast. I think it was like partially the lack of sleep, but recently I've been asking God, like, this is gonna get kind of deep for a second here. I have this deep-rooted abandonment wound. I've been like asking God for guidance to like show me where this root is and like to work through this, because all of our shit, all of our issues come from childhood, right? And I'm very aware of that, and there's a lot of things that I've had to heal through the years because I went through some pretty tough shit in life. I woke up and I had like 5 hours of sleep and I was irritable and I was agitated, and like I haven't had a day like this in quite a while, where I just felt really angry, and something did trigger it. And I think ultimately sometimes the hardest part is realizing that sometimes when it's family, there's nothing you can do about it to change people. And I've talked about this before, like accepting people for who they are. But I also want to add that sometimes people's actions really can fucking suck and make you angry. And all of a sudden, like I'm frustrated, I'm packing up for this art sale. I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. And I was doubting myself and I was like, why am I doing all this stuff? I'm just doing too much. And like, I think I just reached a breaking point to where I just felt so lonely in a way, I guess. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Maybe because no one really gets it in my life in a way. So most of the time I'm very happy being single. I'm thriving, I'm doing the best, and I don't have room for a relationship in my life right now. I'm aware of that. But there are some things that I'm trying to heal through. And this does kind of relate to the 75 hard challenge because I'm doing this for my mental health, right? All of a sudden I'm frustrated and I'm like, why do I even do YouTube? I've been on here for so long. And like, you know, it's just like doubt creeping into your mind. I feel like that it's very normal to have those moments, especially when you're putting so much time and effort into something, you're not really seeing the results. Slow growth is better than no growth, and apparently it's not time yet. It's not God's timing yet, which sometimes is very painful, and I kind of wanted to talk about that too. But all of a sudden, I got like this flood of like memories from childhood, and there's a lot of my childhood that I forgot about, and ultimately it came from like a sense of not really feeling like I belonged anywhere, and that's something that I'm trying to work through. I don't know how else to like talk about it without getting too deep and like sharing too much of my life. I also don't want to do that either, but I'm like seeing this root and where it's coming from, and it was shit that I didn't think that still bothered me. And I think that, you know, my ex's family, I got very close with them. This is one thing I am gonna say, and the hardest part about that breakup was breaking up with the family. I'm not saying this for sympathy or empathy because it's been a very long time. It's probably been 1.5 years since we've been broken up. But that relationship bit me differently in a sense where I wasn't angry with God, but I was kind of like, how could you give me something and bring people into my life that showed me so much love and then take it away? And it was like a flood of memories from my childhood with certain family members, and then it was a flood of memories from like that and like how hard that was for me to go through, and obviously it's something I'm still not over. The hardest part is like getting close to people and then they leave your life, and that's something that I'm really trying hard to work through. And the reason, God, this is so dumb, I shouldn't be crying. The reason why this impacts me so much is because, like, there's times where I feel lonely, where it's hard. Cause, like, I'm working so fucking hard at this dream. And, like, again, most days are great. This is just one of the hard days. But I'm working so hard and putting in so much effort, and I'm not seeing the results. And like, normally I have tough skin. Normally I persevere and I'm resilient and this shit doesn't bother me. But for some reason today, I know it's like a mix of different things. Like my period's coming, my emotions, like they're like all out of whack. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm stressed out, I'm anxious, and I know that this is part of the journey, but oh man. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say other than this morning was kind of hard. I allowed myself to cry about it. I was really shocked at the stuff that came up that was still in my subconscious, that was still hurting me. And it's not that anyone did anything wrong. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not a victim. I just want to know what the root is or where it's coming from so I can forgive that person or the situation so I can move on with my life, because I don't want to keep being stuck in this cycle. Yeah, it's a matter of lately I've been really trying to work on my trusting people, and also trusting myself, not putting too much pressure on myself. And maybe I'm saying this because somebody else on the other side of the screen needs to hear it. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself, because I, for sure, am guilty of it too. So anyways, I gotta leave in like 17 minutes, so I better get my butt in the car and God. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this honestly, but I said I'd be honest about my journey. But yeah, I didn't even walk this morning, so I have to do all that when I get home. But I am gonna count loading and unloading and loading and unloading my car again as one workout, because that shit's a lot of work. So that's gonna be one of my workouts, and then tonight I'm gonna try and get outside and walk. But anyways, this is day whatever of the 75 hard challenge. Time is a blur, days are flying, and I just know that next month I'm done with this challenge and I have less than 30 days left. So we're on the right track, so we got this. Has been crazy, so I'm gonna get my little Tootie in my little music room and we're gonna have a little Jamie Jam session, because yeah, time is flying. I have band practice in like less than an hour, so I gotta leave here pretty soon. What was I gonna say? So I am counting playing drums as a workout, as one of my 45-minute workouts, because honestly, drumming is a lot of work. For those of you who haven't, like a lot of people think that drums is just hitting stuff, but there are legitimately some days where I'm sweating, and I also don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna have to count it as one of my workouts. And I also don't want to be doing absolutely too much. Sorry, I'm just clean. I had like all of these decluttering videos, and I'm accumulating shit again. I need to get rid of it. So I'm gonna maybe, oh, my leg. I need to slow down. I'll probably get some clips of me drumming, and yeah, gonna walk yet today as well. So we're gonna do those two things, and holy shit, week 7 will be completed, you guys.
Tyler, I like what you were doing where you're kind of tapping on cymbals and stuff.
We have made it to the end of week 7 of the 75 hard challenge. I still can't believe it. It's crazy. Time is flying and I'm just existing. I have what, 3.5-ish weeks left, so it's not bad. I will take it, Crumble Cookie. Sorry, it's sounding better and better every day. However, I'm gonna cut it short with the ending of this video. I'm very tired, I'm very exhausted. It's been one wild week. There's been a lot of stuff that I've packed into it. You've seen kind of a little glimpse of the things that I've been up to in my life and stuff like that. But anyway, I hope that this video inspired you to work out, get physically fit, get active, get outside walking, being in nature, taking time for yourself, taking charge of your mental health, and as well as I hope it inspires you to just be a happier, healthier version of yourself. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to end today's video, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next few weeks. We got a little bit left, and then you get to see me get my snack of Crumble Cookie. Anyways, Peace out, homages. It's been real. I just hit myself in the nose. Bye!